Heaven there off on the side, or sorry, Human there off on the side angle could be a good anchor position because now Glaz and Tozy are in the room, but Crazy 1.2 pushing forward gets immediately dropped by the Vector.
Yep, Vector up close, as deadly as any other gun really, and the more shots fired here, Na'Vi here's the better off they're gonna be. They probably might just pull on over and see what happens on the other side of the street.
Summer now. Bottom floor, Blue Glass. A couple of pieces of utility grenades come out, but Summer is just pushing on through, does not care about grenades at all. Gets the knock, but it's going to be Tozy again with that SMG. Not a very popular weapon, but it is doing the work here.
Sure is. Doesn't have the extended mag either, so only so many bullets to work with. Heaven down to low HP, he gets headshotted, and now 4am trying to reset a bit in the building here. Xiaohai, Lu sat next to each other, should be able to get the flush onto Glass as well. But Guman is up on the ridge on the other side, potentially able to cover. Nope, not going to happen.
I believe there's a little bit of smoke there, allowing Xiaohai to get that kill confirmed, but now Lu goes down, so they're just taking loss after loss after loss. This is the Na'Vi third party finally coming into play. Example spotted the final member of 4am, Xiaohai, going for the revive, and GHIBLI are also pushing in because they know they have these 4am members on the ropes.
Yep, Daytrade on the west side, peeking on over as well. I mean, again, you want to get off to a good start early, and what better than finding freebies, shooting people in the back in the grand finals? You wouldn't have it any other way.
It's not just about getting freebies yourself, it's also about knocking out a big piece of the competition very early on, 4am especially, but even GHIBLI have shown some really strong signs of greatness, especially coming from the losers bracket. So now it's been evened up a fair bit, 2v2, and with the pressure of Daytrade leaving with Flash flying away, there is still Na'Vi on the east side, and that alone could keep this fight very contained.
I'm actually kind of glad to see Na'Vi not overcommit to this fight, because they know that there's no way they're the only couple of teams inside in the circle here, and what is a good third party for them could potentially become a fourth party for any other team wrapping up behind them. So prioritizing the compound, and as you can see here, Example really right now the only one with a proper angle on the compound over on the other side, trying to see what he can find. Got a knock early, but did not get the flush off of it.
And also keep in mind, this is not the only fight. In fact, you even see Third Eye and ACEND having rotated around each other, also in a bit of engagement. I believe Snakers from Luminosity also went down. So this is a lot of early fighting, and I think part of it is because there is no hot drop. That's just more population trying to find its way into phase one.
And we led into it early on, right, saying that there is going to be overlaps, especially with, as you said too, a new lobby. Erangel, Miramar, at least the first, maybe even 2 games could be the same way. But as predicted as well, ACEND over the top would run into both Danawa and Third Eye, but ACEND in the end, the ones to take casualties off of it.
Oh, the fight's finally breaking out. Heaven with a shotgun up close, not expected. They were so focused on the other final GHIBLI player that Heaven is just now able to run amok. Peeking back and forth out, that is 4am eliminated in 16th place. Yeah, 17 are crashing, they're getting full revenge on this. Pretty courteous, SDK here on the high ground is going to be third partying this. That's going to be Logos going down as we see war teams all fighting each other in the kill feed. This is, again, quite early, but the rotations are... well, making it happen, rather.
Yeah, exactly. So many teams have to come through the same few funnels, and teams will collide because of it. Himas able to find Schofield's kill instantly stolen away, though, from Ali, as this fight now in a bit of a stalemate, and with 2 players down on the side of 17, I'm not sure how much they can overcommit to it, especially with now STK sat on that southern side.
1 member of 17 knocked, 1 member fully confirmed, and Xiao DD is being picked apart as we speak. But Relo goes down to a nice grenade from Xiaobei. So those 2 pitted 17 players, despite being cornered between 2 different teams, they are still doing damage and looking for the opportunities.
Yeah, 17 yet to find their first point. In the grand finals, Xiaobei lobbing an 8 on in, but Flood ready for that one. As I say, that actually jumps straight back into it. Not taken down, though, able to stay alive. Suchu trying to hold the west side door. Not able to find a hold on either. Xiaobei now pushes, Son off in hand. There you go. Xiaobei finds 1, finds 2. Luminosity out in 15th.
Still a lot of heavy damage towards 17 and STK. They have them surrounded. Vegas even swung himself across the road. Alo is going that direction as well. Unsure if STK are going to be sticking around to make sure 17 can be put in the dirt right behind Luminosity, or they're going to use this opportunity to sort of speed ahead and get more towards the center, but the center is not safe either. No, I lied, they're crashing.
Yeah, full speed. They're coming in only with 2 the first time round, leaving Purdy and Penta up on the hill. As I say, the Penta actually now wrapping down towards the compound itself as well. So they will be in a 3v2 position with Purdy up on the top, but how do they push this? Alo sat alone right now. Cavalry is arriving. First one in, instantly down Suju. Not going for the flush. Awaiting the second peek around Vegas. Able to take him down in return.
Alo tried to bait out the shot to get the information, but he's going to have to send his own body inside. Now Xiaobei, the last one left for 17 with a spray down against Penta. He is going to get the knock. down to half HP, trying to confirm that kill to get at least one more point because surrounded by 3 other members of STK, it's looking very unlikely, but he has an opportunity to try and maybe get some meds. Kurt was going to call that rotation behind the blue.
The info's been fed across, no doubt. Pert, though, not in a position to really do a whole lot actively other than give the info. Xiaobei smart, knowing that he has Purdy Curdy up on the hillside to try and wrap underneath.
Xiaobei was able to get inside, takes a little bit of damage from a grenade, has some time to heal. The flash is going to guarantee that as we see another fight in the picture-in-picture between GHIBLI and CERBERUS. Heaven still dealing a lot of damage with the shotgun, but here Xiaobei, more flashes at the ready. Neo knows he needs to go for a fight, but stuck in the door frame. STK take it.
Heaven has just found 3 knocks. Solo versus Cerberus, taking out 3. And the issue for now Cerberus is that their 4th ain't around.
We have SQ here, we have Heaven, of course. Cerberus were here. Tycon is a bit more towards the south, but HOWL and Na'Vi are also roaming around this singular hillside.
Only so many areas to play in this area of the map because the southern side is so incredibly open. So a lot of the teams kind of forced into the mid-side belt of it, and now HOWL eliminated. Na'Vi and Soniqs sharing a few points in between them. You can see Soniqs really want to deal with Heaven down below, but just seeing 3 being taken down from Cerberus might have them think the better of it. Good thing for SDK now aware that they have opponents nearby.
Yeah, with the moments remaining in phase number 3, as we do see Brex go down, Third Eye with another kill going their direction. But the circle is closing, and so if anyone, whether it's Third Eye, whether it's Gen.G, want to go for a fight, there's only so much that you'd be willing to commit to it. Because where is the next zone going to go?
Ooh, okay.
Olis goes down to kill Yakai. That was a really good spray, and this hardship to the northeast will favor this fight continuing because this is now a fight for what could be a strong position.
A lot of suppressive fire coming in from Tianba, actually, for Yakai trying to stay put up on the top. Nate finds one, finds the second as well, though, but Adam was first to the trigger, so Yakai falls, and I don't think there's a whole lot Chris can do from this, but especially now not with Vox crossing over.
Vox thrown out in the open, so if Chris spots it, if Chris senses it, could take him out, but I think Vox is going to have the angle, drops Chris very, very low. Chris is a powerhouse, can still do a lot of damage as a solo, but that is going to be it for ACEND. They go out in 12th place, Third Eye with 4 kills. They lose 1. They're trying to go for the revive, but Na'Vi are pushing towards the north. They saw that happen in the kill feed, and they want to stake their claim to this northern ridge.
Na'Vi are masters of third partying, always able to find kills in positions they should never be in, and of course, they'll be right over the top as soon as they can. Over, peeks on over, instantly falls back, though, so Flash comes his way in return.
Finding a small little hill, but there's really not a lot of cover, and Tygon has a grenade at the ready. Shots behind onto Twisted Minds, because they're contending for the exact same spot. Spyro does go down. Attempted drive-by not going to work out for Twisted Minds, and now that's a single shack that the remaining European players are holding in. With the crossfire set up, damage is coming out. Spyro does get confirmed.
Completely surrounded there by STK. Not a whole lot for Lou and Perfectix to do. They're not even on the side of the shack from where they can get inside it. So not a whole lot going. They're not inside the next circle. Penta and Vegas will have to move, but you'd have to imagine they could stake around for long enough that they can take Twisted Minds down first.
I'm wondering why. I'm surprised that Penta and Vegas haven't been able to do more damage while we see Twisted Minds still just put it all in trying to defend this position. I wonder if it's because Daytrade are third-partying the peaks from Vegas and Penta, but they're just going to get into their vehicles and send it all in. While Twisted Minds, they're retreating from that position. It is a really good call to get out because that was such a scary spot. But the question is, where can they follow up to?
Pushis, I was just going to mention this. Pushis is sat alone on the rock side. It does have Nurance and Flash to kind of help cover the position, and now they spot them in the open. Issue is, should have seen them much, much earlier. I get that they're looking the other way, but you have to focus one fight at a time. Here comes the full-on pull-up. Perfectix is able to get one. It's a fight for potential 10th place elimination here between Penta and Perfectix.
Penta with the frag. He knows he doesn't have time to reload before Perfectix goes for the push and gets STK out of the lobby. STK put up a really good fight, but it was not enough with Twisted Minds and Daytrade.
In the meantime, we've got to give kudos to Heaven as well for having been able to stay alive for this long, almost in placement points. Now it's a solo play. Belmoth powers Perfectus out of the vehicle. Those should be the next to follow anytime soon. That first headshot is definitely gonna make it more likely that he will fall. Does he give it to Heaven? Potentially. Let's see. Is he welcome with a headshot? Not gonna happen. There you go. Flash finds it. So surprise player trying to sneak his way over the ridge line. As long as they're shooting, they shouldn't be able to hear the footsteps. One caught on the other side there, but Soul finds one, finds the second as well. Nice flank, nice peek, almost takes down the third.
Soul gets activated. Richard B did get the first knock of this engagement, but now Soul is here to close the fight, to finish what Danawa have been teasing with, toying with for the past couple of minutes. It's all on Vox, and look at Tianba squeezing in from the south side.
Tianba coming in on one side, Na'Vi wanting a piece of this pie as well from the southwest. Tianba wants to get it done with. He does succeed in doing so. Kill confirmed, but so much attention now is coming to this north side of the map.
Just not finding the mark. Long throw with the prone spray down. Salute is now knocked. Now that's all in for Danawa going out, just unable to get what feels like a single point of damage into Tianba. And Tianba and Gen.G, as you said, have a lot of movement, a lot of freedom. Daytrade do not, and they're just putting that pressure onto Na'Vi. Mel goes down. Alia did get revived and meted up. Grenade at the ready, knows that it just needs to be tossed on the opposite side of that wall, but Norins and Belmont, they are going huge right now. It is only Uba remaining. Deals a little bit of damage.
He's in such a tough position. The issue for Daytrade is they can't really wrap into. The only entry without jumping over is exactly where Flash went down off of that gate right there. So Uba, nice angle for him, knowing the only spot he can really play here is in that exact position.
He's creeping forward. He wants to try and catch Daytrade off guard, potentially.
Wait.
Norins has the shotgun ready for the one and done. Pump and dump, and he's going to go for the shot. That's at least going to be the information. While Belmont is going to confirm the kills that they knocked. And then, of course, the jump shot. He is going to get Na'Vi out of this. But Gen.G,
Heaven is still alive in all of this. He found one before, now he finds Mime as well. All of a sudden, Soniqs just has HOWL left alive. Again, Gen.G playing this one extremely passive, not wanting to one into Heaven, but Heaven is continuing to rack up points.
12 points for GHIBLI right now, and it's been only Heaven for however long, for a long amount of time. The spray is going to come out from HOWL, not exactly going to find that knock, and then Gen.G putting so much pressure from the opposite side, both these solos down into what feels like single-digit health points. They're just trying to fight to see who is going to go out first, because neither of them is escaping from Gen.G. HOWL does go out to the blue, and Heaven sprayed down, and it's going to be the Molotov from HOWL to get that final kill, but now we're in the top 3 teams. Where's Pio? Where is Pio? Well, he's getting the knock, so I guess let him keep playing his game. But he is pushed so far forward behind enemy lines, and Tianba have been devastated. It's all onto Longsker right now to try and save the day. But with the amount of knocks, well, not able to get that trade onto Pio.
I think he thought he had it. He's kind of stopped shooting mid-spray to try and find it. Now he does find him in return. Pio does Pio things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He found the 2 knocks early on, and I think, regardless of how you look at it, Tianba has been very fatally wounded off of that Pio peak on over initially. Longsker, solo player left alive on the team. 3 up for Gen.G, and the circle favors them as now Daytrade has to make a play. Belmont sprays over once again. DG98 down to half HP.
Taman on the rotate to go find that separate angle. DG98 has the highest piece of terrain, so can see, you would assume, the most here.
Yeah.
While Foxy is just trying to make sure that Tianba don't push in from the north side, he needs to play his life. Having lost Pio, you cannot give up any more knocks. Belmont's still with the spray with the 3x, but just not able to find the opening that he needs, and so instead the smoke grenades are going to come out.
Yeah, loving that Gen.G are committing both Taman and DG to try and prevent the Daytrade peak on over, because Foxy, it's an open field area, can easily hold off the 2 Tianba players on his own. As I say that though, here comes Longsker, wrapping around the side. The info must be fed across fast.
Tianba are focused on both Gen.G and Daytrade. They know that unless they get an opening onto a member like Foxy or even get a knock on the South members of Gen.G, really they want to just play for second, and so keeping Daytrade out of this Phase 8 will be the name of the game for them. Taman with a couple of shots through, taking Belmont low.
Gotta hit those shots, Norins. You got the Orm in hand. Gotta see if you can find one. One knock here could be a winning knock, but now smokes are fading. Taman finds the first. Still got Bellman up alive, but this is playing so much into the favor of Tianba because they're allowed to push on forward. Fox is still trying to maintain control 1v2.
Longster and Pow pushing forward. Flash is going to come out from Foxy. And then a Molotov as well, but it's not going to land at Foxy's feet, so he can still play around that ridge. He's being very active.
Foxy is buying his team so much time to focus the southern side right now. They should never be allowed to be able to maintain this position for so long, but it's all thanks to Foxy.
But then Taman is also knocked very, very low. He was just given a little bit of line of sight towards these Tianba members. We're in Phase 9 right now. We know where the game is going to end, and no one has control of that position. And it's the bottom of this dip, and Daytrade with the revive. Okay, well, Noran's down to the blue. That one's not going to go up again.
Yep, not gonna happen. Tianba now 2v3. Weren't able to deal with Foxy. Kudos to you, buddy, for holding off. Now 1 falls. Pow solo against the rest, but he finds the first one. Almost gets down Foxy as well.
1 versus 2. Pow versus the world right now. The information can still come from Longsker, but the revive is... I don't know if Pow would even consider going for it, but no helmet.
Yep.
Just constantly having to peek against the high ground. Members of Gen.G. Foxy now pushing forward while Taman holds point, keeps Pow distracted. And Foxy, he is ready to strike the final nail in the coffin and take game number 1. Taman dropped very, very low. Foxy wants this. He wants it. He's gonna get it. Gen.G winning game number 1.
For now, I think keeping control of your vehicle is probably the play. Let's take a look at a replay here as we continue this one forward. And that's Heaven against Cerberus.
Of course, just
Boom,
the
boom.
solo hold, double shotgun. They pushed S2, and well, the shotgun is like the one weapon that could really take care of this. And that was the shot that was completely unearned.
We were wondering why you were ahead of me in fantasy, and then we were like, oh wait,
yeah. Oh wait, I have Heaven. Yeah. Okay, wait. Tianba third eye. Third eye just can't not get a break. They always get into early engagements, but Vox now gonna remind us, gonna repeat what Heaven just did. It seems.
I like this repositioning from Vox. He knows that if I take the fight alone inside the compound, there's not a lot I can do. 100 HP to 0 HP, just like that. One shot to the chest. Shotguns are insanely OP.
It's all about positioning for that weaponry. Richie B with a grenade throwing out, and then the rest of Third Eye arriving. Adam stopping short to try and get some damage onto Linshu, and Richie B avoiding a couple of grenades. The Tianba are swarming the site. Adam's angle just not good enough. Can the rest of Third Eye hold on while he repositions again?
Ooh! Finds one in the chest, gets it the second time around as well. Oldless instantly there though to trade as Tianba now fully committing to this fight. We do have both 17 and Twisted Minds in the nearby vicinity too. So look for those trackers from the side and see if maybe there's going to be some third-party commotion.
Adam going down is huge because that was the anchor of the Overwatch position. It is all up to Oldless right now. It is only Pow down 4. Oh, he jumps down, tries to do a sneaky little Assassin's Creed maneuver, but is not going to catch Tianba off guard. They are eyeing Tianba's compound directly. Linshu still with the shotgun in play. They've been plugged so far inside Daytrade. Well, they assume that someone's here, but they don't know exactly where it is. Grenades are coming out. They're being dodged. Linshu with the underhand frag. This one could be a nice knock.
Norris is terrifyingly alone, and now he gets knocked through. There's no way Flash can come down and help Belmont. It's overhill position. Ain't pretty getting him any cover either. So a little head scratch up on that one. Now Flash driving into the entirety of Cerberus. I'm not sure, honestly, what Daytrade was expecting coming into this circle this late, that these positions wouldn't already have been claimed.
We just saw Gen.G. They slotted in on the east side, and now Twisted Minds so trolling above HOWL's position. But the circle is going to be a shift towards the north. Spyro, Twisted Minds, Battlegrounds all get activated. Nox, and now with the follow-up grenades. HOWL's run this round might be eliminated in the blink of an eye, and it is indeed out in 15th place. Send it through, hopefully, an unexposed angle, but it's going to be a crossfire between 17 and Twisted Minds. Suju with the first. It's all going to be on Pooch Hills and driving directly into Twisted Minds territory. Lou is here for the follow-up, and that is Daytrade eliminated in 14th place. Man. Gen.G, their spread, it looked good, but you gotta win the fights. You gotta hit those shots, and you also gotta just make sure you don't get snuck up upon. They're arriving back to pick everyone up, ready for phase 4, but ultimately this is just to get out of dodge because they are in a very, very hairy situation. PO is savable, and it looks like Gen.G are actually trying to send it into the Korean brothers.
Okay, they're just saying, you know what? You took out one of ours, but we'll just full speed send it straight into you. They know that Salute is a solo player down below. PO saw the shots coming through. They're calling the bluff. They're seeing the split. They want this combo for themselves. Vehicle over the top of the head from one, but Salute does fall. So nice call on the bluff on that one, reading the split as effectively as they did.
And the Northeast hard shift made that send even more valuable because everyone else is going to have to try and get into that West Severity field. And it's going to be Soniqs with good positioning. Na'Vi on the move. STK, at least in the 1-1 split, could try and catch some heads here, some scalps. And Twisted Minds sending it into Luminosity. Kickstart is knocked and finished very, very early on once again. GHIBLI, Tianba, last two teams try and get into this zone. 4 AM somehow spotting Loki in the grass. That's the kill for them, and that's another member of Danawa taken out. So the last two members of that team, eyes on Alo. Grenades coming in that direction. This should be it. It's cooked just a bit too long, and the fire is not spreading into Alo's feet.
Surprised that he cooked it at all, considering they already had Molly there.
Yeah.
Even if he ran out, they could just shoot him, but okay. They tried, didn't work. Now Onyx, first one to fall as the downfall of Danawa continues. Brexco trying to help out a little bit, but I think even with that, not a whole lot Soul could do to try and recover.
And now Tianba eyes onto 4 AM. They want that high ground, and they know that 4 AM are at least a little wounded. But they're going to be sending it on to Summer, who is alone in this shack. Is able to get the first knock and defend his position. And the rest of the team firing on all cylinders from the high ground on the west. Shots coming in, long sword down, very, very low. Good grenade as well.
Nice lob on over as 4AM trying to push further forward. There's only a knock still on Summer. Could potentially get all four back up. 7-7 now. Solo player left here trying to keep the dreams and hopes of Tianba here in game number 1 of Miramar alive.
A couple of flashes as well as even more frag grenades coming on in, and they're going to take that ground and they're going to try and push back in. They know it's only one. They're just going to go for a double peek and play for the trade, but the trade is not even needed. 5 kills for 4AM, and they can get the revive onto Summer, not losing a single soul to pounce. But 4AM also in their own vehicles. So the last one remaining of Danawa. They should know where he is, but he's going to continue to play this as a solo. But back on this side, Cerberus know that Twisted Minds are here. The grenades are coming out.
First one connects perfectly onto Perfectix. Batul is now trying to send one in return, but so much damage coming through from them first, taking them down in seconds. Lu does find one in return, but the damage has already been done to him as up close, sprinting forward, doesn't connect onto Spiral the second time around, but just like that, solo player left alive, Na'Vi flexing out. Luminosity wanting to do the same thing, and GHIBLI looking down south, up from the north side compound as well.
Smoke's coming out for Spyro to get the revival to Tulin, but Lu and Perfectix, they're just playing for information at this point. The revives are unlikely to come out. More frag grenades coming in. Spyro has to pull away, run into the smoke, and get his own heal on. But Tulin has been confirmed in 4AM now, so we can actually pass Danawa on to 17, but HOWL with a grenade. And the hole with HOWL Bay. They are not going down in this pit just yet.
Maybe that's the kryptonite from this position. You die by nades, but if you just spam enough out, you might actually get to survive as well. Just like that, Cerberus falls too as the battle in the open fields continues. Sure, this ain't gonna be easy to make your way in from here, or into here from anywhere, really. Nades lopped on forward.
Ooh.
Would be a bit short, I'd imagine. Actually, no, as a matter of fact, right on the money. Example falls. Should be an easy rest, though, depending on whether or not GHIBLI opts to aggress off of it.
Mel holding the line, gets a little bit of damage out, but the follow-up grenades force Na'Vi to get the revive indoors, and that means that GHIBLI could try and retake that space. There is still Penta, the last member of STK, to try and maybe backstab and steal a kill or two, but GHIBLI need to get on the move. Soniqs now with the high ground as well on the north side, just trying to start to get involved.
See now, smokes deployed. They want to suppress them as best as they can and wrap on forward. They know they have to do so before Luminosity peaks, before anyone takes the hillside. They're out in the open, but they have to continue pushing forward. Now they've gone for it, now they have to commit to it.
Smoke's coming out, but Human is still on the push, and here comes the buggy. Holding Heaven, charging forward on a chariot, but he's also going to go down. Na'Vi, Meld has been dropped, all the way very, very low. Example holding point while those heals happen, and Spyro is still out in the blue, and it's going to be Soniqs as well to third party this push.
I love the idea of this play from GHIBLI, but the timing was awful. They came in essentially one after one after one, allowing for Na'Vi to pick them up one after another. Now Luminosity out on this side finds one. Melman example finding the last from GHIBLI as well as they fall in line.
Alia unable to get revived. Couple little tags there. That's going to be the bleed out for the final kill going towards GHIBLI. Example, as you say, the sole survivor. This shelter entrance soon, and Spyro is there to pick up that kill.
GHIBLI should still be outside nade range in the meantime now. Yep, Spyro peeks on over, finds example, easy peasy, more placement points to be confirmed if he can make his way further forward. Now Snake swings out, finds one on Soniqs as they have to make their way further forward as well. If the fight battles on the south, they have to make the play on south, and now you can see they're still not fully committed to any decisions just yet as knocks come through on both sides.
Kai down. Another kill for 17-6 already in the pocket for them. And they look like they have grenades at the ready for Luminosity. Flood with a counter frag out. They should know his position. Sneakers has approached as well to stay pitted. They're just waiting for the first knock. Rello's going to be feeding all the information.
Yep. In the meantime, Chris finds the double. We know him to be the M249 player. Finds the double, gets the flushes onto Soniqs players as well, and they're in trouble trying to make their way up the hill. And now in the meantime, over towards the other NA team trying to fend off against the entirety of 17.
ACEND do get eliminated. We're looking at our top 4 right now, but it's looking like it's going to be only a matter of time before we see 3 because Luminosity did 17.
Yeah.
Oh, they just have blood in their eyes. 17 now out of frag grenades, only throwing flashes. Rello forced to rush forward because of the smoke, and then Logos with the angle can't quite get the knock. Suchu was able to get the first, but then Xiaobei swinging over the top side. Only one member of Luminosity remaining.
And all of the commotion happening here, 17 is forced to go for the rest. Gen.G in the meantime wrapping up towards the hillside as they hear Soniqs leave. This could be Gen.G setting themselves up for a very good win here. Now you see the push came through from Soniqs. They have to wrap that down. Nice plays coming through from Gen.G.
They're setting themselves in position to punish the rotation and then punish the survivors. 17 come out on top here, still 3 alive. But Gen.G are rushing forward. They want to take out H-Win, the last member of the Soniqs, and he is bleeding out. He is burning. DJ98 does get caught in the cross of the road. And 17 Gaming, they only have a small level of this wall to work with. Forces Little Ghost back. But Foxy can't not die, and off of that damage, Taman's gonna strike, but the timing doesn't work out. He's gonna get the kill anyway. He gets a second. The follow-up now. It's a 2 versus 1. Gen.G might just go for the back-to-back.
Pushing forward, no vest to work with whatsoever, no utility, down to low HP, taken out instantly. Foxy, he knows exactly where he has him. Does xiaobei go for the rest now, knowing that Foxy has to make a run?
Foxy's closer toward the center. He could hold on to that, but he does not want the res to happen as you say. Frag grenade at the ready. This one could be the game-winning throw, but I don't think it's far enough.
It bounces in the air, down to 60 HP as he has to make the play on forward. 1v1. There's no way you're allowed to go for this res, Foxy. No way.
xiaobei is expecting the peak, and Foxy's going to be sticking the res.
The smokes are fading. Smoke is gone, but he has enough of a rich line to sit behind. 1 up, 2 up. Now they're hearing the footsteps. Here comes the flashes on forward. xiaobei's holding the cross, trying to sit and wait for it. They're crawling for info, but to get hit by it, not gonna happen. Gen.G back to kick off the grand finals.
There's going to be a lot of scrambling for position.
Yeah, it's not just parallel rotations. This parallel rotation is going to push them through teams that are already in the fields, and attempted sends towards Impala, which is on the far east side. 17 xiaobei is getting crashed by Danawa. They might actually want to commit to it now. Salute trying to go for the drive-by, almost takes xiaobei out, but xiaobei survives with 14.
Yeah, just barely not able to get xiaobei. You can see the rest is 17. Driving at a compound not too far away. The real question here for Danawa is, can they get rid of xiaobei and keep Salute alive? No, here come the reinforcements. Suju and Chao DD. Soul trying to do something about it, but Soul there lost his balance for a second, and Onyx going to be good for 1. xiaobei with the sawed-off gets Loki, and now it is 1 up here for Danawa. Just an Onyx, and he goes down. 17 Gaming come in and wipe out Danawa. Sitting underneath ACEND, Twisted Minds coming in towards HOWL. Ruin trying to back up Schofield, takes a headshot. Twisted Minds trying to breach through the defenses of HOWL here. Ruin just scrambling to get upstairs, it looks like. Spyro with a great shot, going for another, gets some damage, doesn't get the re-knock.
Playing on the outside, but it's really good damage coming in from HOWL. Lou was trying to break it onto the indoors and was able to make it work, and Na'Vi also have an angle onto this, so no one's really coming out of this one alive. We see another fight down in the pit as well. Ascent and Third Eye still can't get away from each other.
Yeah, Perfectix and Spyro still alive for Twisted Minds, but HOWL here up on the high ground in the second story, and that is going to be Third Eye taken down by ACEND. Back over to this fight. HOWL with Apocalypse on the cross here. He can kind of keep Twisted Minds pinned on this first floor as best as he can, and that could potentially give HOWL a really good setup for the situation.
It's all just like Na'Vi just third-partying that position. Grenade coming out. Apocalypse is going to go down. He was prone, but still not enough.
Yeah, that's huge for Twisted Minds, for Perfectix. That's a free point as well. There's nothing HOWL can do about that from the windows up in the top of this house. Ruin there with all that smoke in the way. Can't see any of the Twisted Minds players. Spyro here catches him right in the back. It's a backstab onto Ruin, and he is down. And now it is just Schofield trying to do something to recover. It looked like such a good fight for HOWL, but now he's the only one alive.
Dropping a smoke. He has the sawed-off for a push up to the high ground. And it is still only 2 members of Twisted Minds here, which means that unlikely to get pushed. They might just stay here as very, very unhappy neighbors, but Shrimzy with another knock on to Perfectix. Spyro going for the revive, and Schofield recognizes this.
Schofield has an opportunity, but only 2 shotgun bullets left, and Spyro's just faster. Expecting the push, probably heard the footsteps, and is going to take Schofield down.
But Gen.G, they don't have the same worries. They're coming in from an angle that they know is relatively free, so they're going to be crashing onto this. The revive is going to be coming through, but Perfectix, no time to go for the med kit just yet.
Spyro going to throw a grenade at the feet of PO, and it catches him going up the stairs. Perfectly placed, might have even bounced up the stairs a bit. PO still taking damage. Now another knock at Chao DD onto Taemin. Just Foxy alive for Gen.G. They tried to time this crash, but they were a bit too late before Twisted Minds was able to recover and get utility back in hand, and there's nowhere Foxy can go right now. Everybody is watching these houses.
Immediate spread. Duckmai is actually taking that compound, but Na'Vi focus on this building. They're trying to follow up onto Twisted Minds and to Gen.G.
There we go. Perfectix with the Saiga. Gets Example down. Example trying to scramble to safety. Should have that door covered. He's got another. Mel is down as well. Now Na'Vi trying to be opportunistic, maybe paying the price. Taemin still alive there for Gen.G. They do lose PO in the process. Spyro out trying to come through the door. Opens the door, but Ali is ready with a pump of his own. This time around, it's not going so great. Perfectix is storming the barricades, and he's going to be shot down. There's going to be Uba alive. Here comes Foxy trying to finish the job. He can't do it. The drop shot, but fortunately, Taming is there. Oh boy, Uba almost pulling a rabbit out of the hat.
Oh, still did a lot of damage, but no one else is going to be crashing that compound just yet. And here's going to be a fight of people trying to exit Impala. It's two teams, and ACEND might be trying to gatekeep.
GHIBLI under pressure from a couple different angles. ACEND and Tianba stuck in between them. It's Chris who's going to flank out now as the circle did drift. Hard shifted up to the northwest. You expected it was going to go one way or another. This is the most popular compound in the circle by far. SDK, it's their turn to try to crack it. So far, it's been changing hands. Now Gen.G's Foxy up top it's Taman actually who gets that first knock. They're going to immediately rush downstairs, trying to see if they can catch SDK off guard. They're going to get one. It's only Foxy alive. Vegas trying to outdo him, cannot. It's actually Tiggleton who gets involved, but it's going to be just barely SDK winning.
SDK survive. I don't know how many of those revives are going to be able to get because of the Soniqs angles that just dealt so much damage to them. But here, Tianba versus GHIBLI, forcing themselves in. Glass is down. Heaven taking very, very low. Almost dropped 77, but it's going to be Chris again. ACEND just vulturing around this spot for the kills.
Love the way ACEND is playing this. This is so smart right now.
Yeah.
Knowing that they have the better position on the edge of the circle. Guming here for GHIBLI. As good as Heaven was at salvaging points for GHIBLI in game number 1, Human can't really find any safety and gets taken down by Brexco.
Well, Brex going the opposite angle, actually going to try and swoop on in front of the Soniqs. Not taking the compound, just trying to go for center, but same question, where is there to play? There's that one little shack if Brex can get there. 77 trying to race, but a tire pops, forces a spin out. That's going to be the final kill for STK. Tianba are out, 6 teams remaining.
17 has a firing line on the western edge, and they are punishing any team that tries to go into those fields, and rightly so. It's everybody on the edges right now since this is a field dead center. Rex is going to go down to HOWL. It's Chris and Mika trying to see what they can do to lock down this rock up on the northeastern edge, but right behind them is Luminosity Gaming. This is going to be really, really tough for ACEND.
This is a nice dip, but they want to stay here.
Yeah, this is interesting. Saki and CERBERUS still have a bit of overview on this position because of that high ground. Mika as well getting involved with that SKS. Emas trying to do what he can to put some more damage down through the smokes, and everybody is shooting into LG right now. Mime gets another knock.
Why is Mime out there? Mime really playing like BO right now. I mean, it's a good angle, it's a good opportunity. Can't blame Luminosity for trying to take this spot, but they're just getting peppered by so many different angles. It was really their only safe play, but even then, it's just falling apart.
Emas just fishing, seeing if anything will reveal itself through that smoke. But so far, Luminosity able to somewhat stabilize. Love the play here from Mime. Absolutely love this.
Yeah.
As there are some knocks onto SDK, they're going to have to make a move, and 17 is being patient and trying to harass the exits of SDK. SDK opting to go for the earlier sort of land grab, whereas 17 is going to just try to work this edge for as long as they can.
Vegas now going to be following on up. No time to revive Penta. Now CERBERUS is pushing on in. It's Chris at the ready, potentially with an angle to sort of follow up the Soniqs damage. It is Kickstart with the first knock, so that just shows that CERBERUS are now, they had the strong position. Now they are ducklings in this field.
Oh, it's Chris, just got a big double. And now CERBERUS with Saki so beaten up on that field, can't really help out. It is just on the boys at the bottom, and they're done. They are in a lot of trouble right now as CERBERUS just has Saki left. Tycon is basically dead to rights. What a hold there. It's Chris, completely unnoted in that shack by CERBERUS, it feels like.
And it was just a dry run to get up there, if you remember. In fact, it's even Mika on the opposite shack, on the opposite angle. So ACEND is still playing this aggressive as if they were a full 4-man squad. They're not giving up any room, any space to the stronger teams in terms of manpower.
And this is huge for Luminosity because now there's a little bit of extra space for them. They don't have to worry about CERBERUS kind of jockeying for these positions. It is going to be HOWL going down here as 17 eventually just opted to try to play edge, play for kills, and see what they could get out of that.
They're going to be fighting each other for the win.
Well, it's Chris was able to get out of the shack, so step 1 complete. Now he's got to get into the circle somehow. The Soniqs trying to move. It's Chris. Takes a ton of damage when he tries to peek up over that rock. Soniqs going to fan out towards that hillside. H-Win on the backside going to be watching from the anchor position just to make sure it's as safe as they can. And now the Soniqs want to wipe LG out. Tons of damage to Relo. Flood so low. Tiggleton finds the spray, gets the knock. Relo literally at about 1 HP here. Those grenades very likely to finish the job. They got the heal up. Oh, they're still good enough. Nice throws.
The double up is what did it. And now the 3 teams remaining. Soniqs taking that position now. HOWL now following up with the vehicle. He was playing on the long Overwatch spot, but it is no longer necessary because they have a wide hillside to fan out across. And with Chris eliminated 4 versus 3.
So SDK trying to play defense. Tickleton taking a little bit of damage. Gonna have to rethink this. Let's see what they want to do. Yeah, it looks like Mime's gonna go for the rock. And he gets there.
Oh, just barely misses it. Stalls a bit short, takes a lot of damage, and he's gonna have to prone behind a vehicle. That's a potential knock for STK. But Shrimzy on to Vegas. That's the opener that Soniqs needs.
That's huge now. The Soniqs, it's only a 2v4 at this point. HWin gonna lead the charge, taking some damage. Purdy Curdy trying to do what he can to keep the Soniqs at bay, but this gives him the opportunity to get to the hillside, to get within grenade range. But Kurt is really, really good at grenades himself, but he's been knocked to just Alo left here. He's still got a Groza, still dangerous in his hands. Alo just gonna be watching up and over. The Soniqs trying to wrap around, trying to close in.
Groza stings, but it's a 1 versus 4. He's gonna go for some big knocks here. Still can't quite find the first as Shrimzy tries to entry.
Alo just prones down, but the utility is too much for Alo to bear, and it is going to be the Soniqs taking game number 3 with a 13-kill chicken dinner.
You wouldn't expect it at all. In fact, Soniqs are just sending it across. I'm sure they're looking for the potential, but it's not going to be with the same level of scrutiny.
Here we go. Boxy with the pre-grenade, the spray onto Shrimzy, that's 1. Can he get the follow-up? The grenade doesn't hit the car with 2. And now the crossfire comes down. Tamin's got 2 more. Mime here trying to do what he can. He has to get out of dodge. There is no hope for him except to escape at this point. Trying to get back to his teammates. Trying to see what he can do. Shrimzy. There's going to be Tickleton now. He was picked up, and let's see if they can do anything about this. Foxy putting some shots in, but this is pretty much mission accomplished here for Gen.G.
Frag grenade out the ready, just to try and catch Taman off guard, but HWin should be communicating. Okay, he's actually just flushing his own teammate, I think. I don't know if there was a communication there or not, but there was a potential window for the revive. So there might be a fight there. And oh, Tickleton, no, Tickleton wants to get some points. Finds an opportunistic drop, and with the frag grenade should be a kill confirmed. What does Daytrade do to respond?
Yeah, Belmoth there. Just able to scooch far enough away from that frag. Tickleton out in the open, does finally connect, gets the flush, but he's going to pay the price. It's going to be Nerns and Poochills combining to get the knock and the finish. He found the shot onto Perfectix from up on top. The rest of ACEND coming in now. Perfectix in trouble. The rest of Twisted Mind springs to life. Patulins gets the kill on Namika. Kilyakai down as well. So Perfectix knock was just a bait. It was all a ruse. And Twisted Minds is going to find a couple points.
Lou backing away, going to be smoking off because, oh man, what? Spyro actually knocked his own teammate. That's going to give Rex an opportunity with the kill, or at least the knock onto Lou. That means Twisted Minds only has 1 up.
Oh, this looked so good momentarily for Twisted Minds. This fight seesaws back and forth. Brex takes a bunch of damage, trying to lob a grenade in. If it's on point, it's really good for Brex. Bounces off the car and back into Twisted Minds. Yeah, that's an extremely difficult position to play for Danawa. The grenade is close to HOWL. Takes 42 damage, able to back off enough. The grenade to buy a little bit of space. The push from the other side. So far, I'm liking this from Third Eye. A 2-2 split here. Trying to just pinch 4 AM inside. A headshot onto Summer. Takes him down super low. The grenade to follow. Will it get the knock? No, those aren't frags. Those are some smokes and other things that are coming in there. So far, 4 AM hasn't been taken down.
It was a lot of good damage to perhaps force the opening for Third Eye on the push, but just not taking the window, and it would have been a risky push either way, so that's not necessarily a criticism of Third Eye, but the heals have gone through. 4 AM are back up to full, and a great grenade from HOWL is finally going to get a knock while it's Richie B there on the top side.
Oof. Another good grenade. That's 2 down for Third Eye, so the patience and the better placement of utility for 4 AM is profiting.
Yeah, with the blue coming in, and 4 AM are aware of it. They've also started to spread themselves below the bridge even before Adam's send, but Blue's gonna find the angle. Good spray, gets that headshot. But Luminosity versus Tianba, this is happening on the east side as they're approaching on in.
Yeah, it's a couple kills already onto Tianba. Longsker and 7-7 down and out, so it's up to Pow Pow and Linshu. Then the Twisted Minds graveyard. over to 17 and CERBERUS. This is a full-on fight here. You have got the heavy forces, but already one down for 17. And they are trying to back off of this. Grenades are starting to ring. Shaudidi out in the blue, done and dusted. Lil Ghost, Suju, and others trying to just get out of here.
Circle continues to center on up. Good for HOWL, and it's survivable for Danawa at the moment. Everyone is still fighting it through the field. CERBERUS is still dealing damage to 17. Lil Ghost goes down, but Suju with a really nice frag grenade onto Gen.G, who's on the opposite side of things. They're fighting through thick and thin, and it seems to be CERBERUS that's surviving the best for now. They know the fight's active and everyone's wounded, some more than others. But now the third eye are gone, they gotta get into the zone. They're not gonna full commit to this fight, instead they're gonna try and just swing in front of it. But Xiaohai going down to Na'Vi means that their angles of approach aren't that great, but Na'Vi, they're opening up on the entirety of this hillside.
Yeah, they can see the back end of this. Taikon able to get Xiaobei, the kill feed lighting up with various players. Now Taikon down, Himas with a sliver of health left. And he is going to get taken out by Taikon's grenade, actually. Taikon had a grenade in hand. So now 4AM versus 17. 4AM knows they have 17 beat up. Summer trying to see if he can finish the job, but Xiaobei going down to the blue. Lil Ghost quick to follow. 4AM has 6 kills, but only Summer alive.
It's a free hold. It's a free spread out. GHIBLI have yet to really try and backfill that spot, though it is happening for now. 4AM does go out. 10 teams remaining. SDK now trying to push on in, dealing more damage to Luminosity that Tianba just couldn't.
Got a grenade, great angle for these grenades. Relo even taking a headshot and then the knock from Vegas. SDK, good openers in this fight, has LG completely on the back foot, and they are going to make their way down this road, but this road gets exposed once you turn a corner. Trees and some vehicles for cover. Kickstart momentarily stopping to try to find some safety. Gen.G in the meanwhile is under pressure here from Danawa.
And Luminosity go out. They just weren't able to solidify their position because of the SDK push. Good timing on that for SDK, but now Danawa defending against Gen.G. PO is down. It's still the rest of Gen.G up to try and push off of the back of it, but how long until Na'Vi really flex over that high ground and get even more angles onto this?
You just mentioned it, it's tough, and Linshu's knock may make it even tougher. Now, Danawa has a tough road ahead of them, quite literally, as GHIBLI and Na'Vi are out there. And a great grenade from Flash lands right on top of Taemin. He is knocked. The rest of Gen.G now starting to turn their attention to the south. Flash gonna line up with another one. Can he find it? Just 27 damage from that onto PO. Some stuns, another thing out. Foxy trying to get an angle down on top of Daytrade, making his way through. He's gonna see Nurens. The spray isn't good. He doesn't have a red dot. It's just the iron sights there. DG trying to come in and reinforce. Just Taemin did get flushed by the molly.
Flash gonna use the UMP, dealing more damage up close range. The fire rate on that thing is pretty good. And Gen.G, they're still making sure that no one can spot them from the top side, waiting for Na'Vi, but it's actually going to be Daytrade that are backing away from this one. The blue is pushing in. Gen.G might not be aware of Danawa's approach, making their way this close, but I mean, they're shooting shots at each other, so they certainly know now. But Na'Vi on the north side, Danawa need to push down onto the south, but look at DG98's.
He's got to win this fight against Loki. This one's tough for both teams. Whoever wins this top fight, certainly going to have an advantage. Loki there, not able to connect with his barrel, but there's an instant trade for Anonix and Foxy. Salute now, trying to back up Anonix. Loki up and over the top, going to be bearing down onto Gen.G's position. Navi's hot to trot. They want to get on the backside of this, and they are starting to tear Danawa apart.
It's only Loki on the north side, on the high ground. Catches PO off. Gen.G are eliminated in 9th place, but Loki, how many more points can he get? It's not even Na'Vi, it's Daytrade that are capitalizing on the wounded Korean teams, but Norens gets knocked by Schofield, gets confirmed as well, so now Flash, only angle he can go is into Na'Vi.
Yeah, Flash with an ump versus Na'Vi. I don't think that's going to go good. Yeah, it did not. Example is going to get the kill with the Groza here, and now Na'Vi with 8 kills, having their best game of the day.
So it's actually GHIBLI's position that I'm starting to favor. It's not, they don't have a long area of control, but they have some good angles. ACEND with the vehicle send. They got out, thought that they could just land on the lip, but they're going to go down. Look at the top 4. Listen, they had to get down somehow. Might as well make a show of it.
And hey, Brex doesn't give the point over to anybody. He just died himself. All right, GHIBLI has to turn their attention over towards Na'Vi. They can't push forward because of that flat ground. They have to try to find safety in some other manner. Grenades are going to splash out, but Na'Vi is nowhere near those lines, but that's going to alert Na'Vi to GHIBLI's push. The second round of grenades still coming up short here, so GHIBLI completely misjudging until then. Na'Vi's position.
That one's not short. It forces Mel away, and now Glad's going to take that opportunity to push forward with the vehicle. It has a little bit of a tree. It's all about blocking the angles from HOWL, but they haven't yet been punished for it.
Yeah, let's see if GHIBLI can put the pressure onto Na'Vi. Now it's HOWL as well, the Mad out front, putting the pressure onto GHIBLI. So this is what's tough about this fight for GHIBLI. That molly just a bit too far for Na'Vi, but now the stuns are out, the grenades are coming. Here comes the full force of Na'Vi. The first grenade is good onto Glass. He has been knocked by Alya. Uba on the flank, trying to push around. Apocalypse getting involved. Human down. Just 2 up for GHIBLI right now. And now Schofield getting in here, helping out GHIBLI a little bit. Heaven getting the knock onto Uba. Example trying to do something. Alya gonna get a knock here, but Heaven able to find 2. Tosi, the last one alive.
1 versus 2. Popping a flash out to go for the peak. And Melo's nowhere near here. HOWL isn't allowing this to be a clean 2v1 push. Tosi gets another knock, but down to 2 HP.
Oh, the grenade from Ruin is going to finish off Mel. Na'Vi is gone. GHIBLI's Tosi still alive. Apocalypse hunting for him with the DBS. Hasn't seen him just yet. And this game, it is going to have to be a miracle for GHIBLI. See if they've got any of that magic inside them. Any of that GHIBLI magic. Apocalypse around the side. The first on the Ruin, can't find the knock here. And now from the backside, the DBS at range is going to finally find its mark. And HOWL is going to get a 7-kill chicken dinner.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to slowly make their way up in this direction now with vehicles as well, so I think Danawa will have heard cars coming through, but then again, shots fired, vehicles coming through the middle of it as well. But Zulits trying to see what he can find. I don't think they have any clue now that ACEND is slowly creeping up from the other side.
Soul's gonna have to go absolutely nuts. He's got 2. What a great spray, but then he gets plowed over by Batulins, who's immediately knocked by Salute with the Groza. And all of a sudden, this fight has gotten very, very scrappy. ACEND looking to maybe vulture a few points.
You'd have to imagine that that's what they're going to go for. Twisted Minds will fall as Xiaohai claims one from afar.
Daytrade's caught up in this mix as well, so 3 teams involved on this Western Edge fight. SDK not really able to commit to much, so now they're going to have to play defense here. Ruin trying to get the best of Purdy, but no, Purdy gets 1. Immediately, Apocalypse follows up, going to go for the flush. Vegas and Penta down below, trying to hold the line here, but still Daytrade is fanning out around this fight.
Yep, they're trying to see how much they can get of it for themselves, and this fight continues on the south side too. It's taking some reps around. 1 finds 2. Almost gets the 3rd around the corner. Tick fully blinded. Has to bang off, and now Xiao Wu over the side. Finds 1 in return.
Lil Ghost is there for the quick flush. Shrimzy, the last one alive for the Soniqs, trying to salvage this fight. He's got 2 more members of 17, maybe 3 if they can get this res onto Xiaobei. But for now, we take a brief pause here as 17 goes for the res.
So Na'Vi, full control out towards the west.
Shrimzy gonna get 1 here. Xiaobei now trying to push in. Shrimzy very beat up. 1 bullet's gonna get it. Yeah, he found it. The help from Mime not coming just yet. 2 members left here for 17. And Mime is just really trying to hold the angles, trying to protect the outside of the building, but it doesn't matter. Mel there is going to find the angle and find the kill. Yeah, exactly. Well, they're gonna try to make a push off that damage, but can't really find what they want. So for now, Na'Vi sort of poking and prodding. Xiao DD may still have a role to play in this fight. GHIBLI has been eliminated on the backside of things. Example with that barrel, trying to work with his teammates to get up front. They're going to make the push. The call is on. The push is here. Na'Vi up and over the hill, trying to get through, but Daytrade Flash trying to play some defense. The grenades are singing and ringing. The stuns are so good. Flash is Flash, but somehow, some way, gets some damage, but eventually Na'Vi is going to claim Daytrade.
When you cover the entire area in flashbangs, that's when you know there's, even if they're there, they cannot see a thing. So let's just run on up, take him out, and continue forward. Circle over towards the east we go once more as Danawa takes out ACEND.
Salute, doing work with the Groza. That's what you want to see out of that early crate gun they were able to pick up in rotation. DG quickly taken down by Lin Shu. Tianba and Gen.G dusting it up, taming out in the open, but some damage able to be done here as 7-7 and Pow Pow trying to retreat back towards the other side. Gen.G trying to get the flank angle onto them, and they are so good at it. 7-7 trying to hold it down. with this barrel. Pio gonna let loose with the grenade, but it's too far. Pio around the corner, and he's gonna win that fight with 7-7. Tianba just long screw alive.
Yeah, multiple fights happening here at the same time as we saw Danawa eliminated up towards the north against 4am. Somehow Gen.G has been able to stay alive through all of this. Look at this, HOWL. Just in the midst of this Na'Vi rotation.
Yeah, Mel should have Pio done and dusted. Yeah,
There you go.
indeed. Easy spray for him, and Gen.G gets cannibalized.
Unless if they somehow catch eye on him.
He has done a great job here to salvage some points for 17. Alia is just a marksman today. That
He is.
Mark 12 is absolutely disgusting in his hands. Flood has been knocked. Now Relo is actually just trying to run away from this. LG doesn't like this fight at all. Oh, what a shot from Stakers, though. It's all a bait. They want to just drag him into the AWM across the side, and now Na'Vi has to rethink this. HOWL DDD dealt with on the backside.
If Na'Vi gets within nade range of Luminosity, they are in trouble. That one bounces fun. That is going to be the elimination of Luminosity. Full send on that nade as Na'Vi reaches kill number 10. There's no way Cerberus don't get the worst end of this.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be Navi's game potentially, but let's see how clean this fight is between 4am and Cerberus. Crazy looking like he might go watch the backside. Now some shots ringing out across both. No knocks found on either end.
I'm a little worried 4am just lobbed. I think I counted 11 smokes there. Didn't make a play off of any of it. They still set back now the vehicles to come in, but the smokes are starting to fade.
Yeah, well, they need that grenade, and they find it. Summer right underneath the vehicle gets Duckmy. Some return fire from Cerberus. They're trying to do something, but that gives the beachhead that 4am needs. Zaki taking a bunch of damage in the back from Uba. Navi's going to get involved.
Such an easy flank around for Na'Vi, essentially just pinning them in, allowing them over is all they wanted, just so they could shoot them in the backs.
Huge stuff here from 4am and Na'Vi. Really well handled. Poor Cerberus just getting torn apart. Here come the flashes. This is deja vu from earlier in the match, and that's quick from HOWL has the kill as well. Cerberus down to their last player. It is a 4v4 on the other end.
Na'Vi cleaned up the southwest, 4am cleaned up the northeast, and now I should say 4v4 Millman, though, able to find one HOWL instantly, finding one in return.
Huge stuff from him. Example now trying to swing around to the flanks of 4am, seeing if he can get any damage. Alia out there as well. And HOWL making a wide wrap. Crazy gets the knock onto Uba. Now it's down to Alia and Example for Na'Vi.
Huge knock coming through. Uba, such a big threat up close, but can't forget about Example. HOWL falls, and now just two left alive. HOWL Crazy out towards the east, damage done towards HOWL, so they have caught the rotation.
Alia able to find just enough of an angle to do some damage with that 3x spray. HOWL looking to be flushed, but it's some fire into HOWL as well. Crazy trying to back him up. Example gets Crazy. Example's got the flush. Now you've got a 2v1. HOWL very weak, very damaged. If that's a frag, he's done. It's not. It's something else. Example even thinking about the pan maybe there for a second, just wishing they had one frag to finish the job. HOWL going to reposition behind the rock. Still some time to work with.
Yep, I think I saw him on the rock there. Now the molly coming through is definitely going to give the info across. 15 kills for Na'Vi, and they've all gone on the board. Solid game for Na'Vi, regardless how this one pans out. Same could be said for 4am, though, but HOWL, one rock to work with. I don't think Example had a vest, and we know how much the barrels just melt through the flesh of the opponent, so we'll see if he somehow can make this happen. I'm not seeing any utility thrown yet, which to me should be indicated that they don't have a lot. As I say that, flashes lopped on up, they should be Na'Vi pushing.
Yeah, here they come. If they can play for the trade, they should be good to go. The heads are going to show themselves. HOWL tries to re-peek, but Na'Vi found a great angle to get on top of him. The spray for one, but they're good for the other. It is going to be Na'Vi. They are inevitable. 16 kills and a chicken dinner. Now here is Danawa slamming into STK. Penta and others trying to do some damage. Penta had a great angle momentarily. Purdy has to put the fire on the stairs, and Loki had already pushed through. Some great timing there on that molly. The perfect utility use continues here from Purdy as he takes Loki down.
And outside of shotguns, what better gun to be able to sit and hold the staircase with? You're going to be able to shoot that one for a while. And now the remaining players of SDK are coming up to fortify. I like the idea of Danawa in the sense that they did read the split right. There's only two people here, but it hasn't worked out for them. And Onyx now caught with nade in hand, ain't going to work his way. Purdy almost ran himself to death, but able to slip that one through. Salute finds one more as he's trying to stay safe. up on the hillside, but they've already taken, I think, too many casualties to make this worthwhile.
Well, the dynamic duo of Danawa is saving their round. Soul did find Vegas, so it's wonderfully smart and just amazing as that play was from Kurt. He can't do enough to save the rest of his team. Now he's going to try to push down towards Salute. Salute was ready. Salute can't repeat that. That clip is massive on the M249. Soul trying to get the flush and will do so. Now it's just down to Purdy Curdy.
Let's see if he can do this one on his own. Looking at how the day has gone for Danawa so far, it shouldn't be written off the books that he could pull this one off 1v2. But as I say, that Soul with the Scar in hand finds him through the smoke, and that is going to be him down. And even with those kills coming through for Danawa, 17 points on the day.
Here comes Na'Vi right into the Soniqs. The Soniqs here have set up for this position. Can they get any kills? Can they get any knocks? There's one. Trimsy, H-Win with another. The Soniqs are doing a ton of damage, and yeah, Mel got mine, but H-Win trying to finish the job, and he will. The Soniqs put Na'Vi right back out of the lobby. Yeah, HOWL there, able to avoid any damage. The grenades from Tianba landed on the roof. The Mad now can use that opportunity to get in through the already open window. Long Skirt trying to play some defense. Do they know that Mad got in?
And do HOWL know that Tianba is actually caught in a 2-2 split? If Tianba could, they would probably want to leave here. Issue is the vehicles are downstairs, and HOWL already has full control of at least parts of the downstairs in this building, so they can't get out of here alive. They have teammates in hospital.
Yeah, and Ruin here has the Groza, so he's got a great gun in this situation, potentially. 7-7 Long Skirt just trying to hide up. Schofield now trying to come in from the back. I saw Tire get popped in the mix of all of this. Long Skirt with the molly in hand, it lands right on the Mad. Here comes Ruin though with that Groza. He finds one, but Long Skirt able to deal with him for now. That's 2 down. Long Skirt doing a ton of damage here, but Tianba is falling in the mix. Mad, he's still alive. Schofield with barely any health.
And that's the thing, even if they take casualties, they only had to take down 2. The other side, they needed a whole lot more, so they're able to come out victorious.
All right, well, Cerberus still defending this, but now Shanghai finds a knock. He must is just going to go for it, and he's going to finish the job. Good job by Cerberus, but they've only got 1 left, and well, forget it. They get wiped out on the backside. Well, okay, Timas is still okay, yeah, I thought he was done. I was like, he's got to be gone. Third Eye with a great timing on this third party.
Yep.
Fanned all the heck out. 1-3. There's a crate dropping right by them. Oh, LG slamming into GHIBLI. GHIBLI there, Tosi taking a bunch of damage. Glass trying to put a grenade out the window. Kickstart got the knock. Actually, it's Flood who got the knock, but Glass and Tosi have 2 down. It's a 2 for 1 so far.
It's a couple of times today we've seen Kickstart be the first one to fall on these engagements. He's been such a high-impact player in previous rounds, yesterday and the day before. And I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing LG in a bit of a different area of the leaderboard than we've been used to seeing them over the course of this tournament so far.
Glass throwing some smokes to buy time for this res. Gumin as well coming in. Grenades are out, but LG is already pushing through. Gumin just watching this player in front of him. That info is going to be relayed over. Finally, he's going to deal with Kickstart. Flood now trying to watch for Gumin angle.
This is huge, because if Danawa catches wind of this, they might just want to peek down and see what they can get. Again, remember, there are only 2 players left alive, but this fight has been taken to the roof. There's a gas can up there as well that could potentially light on fire and take someone down with it.
Glass has to prone down. Danawa has situated themselves where they can kind of watch this fight a little bit, maybe have something to say about it. But with Relo up on that roof, LG has sort of gained control of the high ground a bit. I mean, with Heaven's position, they're pretty equal, I suppose. Grenade now going to be cooked by Heaven right in the window. Is it going to get in that room? It does. It gets Snakers, but no knock.
That is a really nice angle for that nade to be lobbed on through. A second one might actually get a casualty as well. And here comes Soul and Danawa. They were set up. Try and see if they can find something, and indeed they did. First one to fall is DG now. Taman falls out of the vehicle. Salute with a double headshot to follow. Takes down number 2, and again, remember, Danawa were down to 2 from real. Is he under the car now?
I think he might be.
Just be. That is the, I mean, if getting knocked out of a car wasn't worse enough, now the car's parked on your face. That's just humiliation. Taman falls.
All right, it reminds me of a classic Pansy quote. Anyway, GHIBLI now still trying to hold the line. It's still doing an okay job of it. Snakers taken down super, super low. Flood flashed. I don't see anybody pushing down just yet. Oh, wait, hold on. Here comes Tosi. They've got more flashes that they want to commit, but there's the knock from Relo on the roof. Able to be traded here, and only one standing for LG.
Yep, just one more player left alive. It's Snakers on the roof, trying to stay put. Spotted Heaven now on the other side. Heaven can bait as much attention as he wants because he has his entire team sat down below. Good thing for them is that ACEND has no kind of interest in peeking on over. There could be an open Soniqs on the hillside if they wanted to.
Yeah, well, GHIBLI knows they got to deal with this sooner rather than later.
Yes.
So here they come up the stairs, and the good news is there is a shotgun, but Snakers, does he have enough time to switch to it? No, but he gets one before getting taken down. So GHIBLI able to find the right timing to finish the job.
And Danawa, I mean, while they have been, we can say, a little lesser Korean team today compared to Gen.G's performance, have just single-handedly taken out the entirety of Gen.G 2v4. It started with Bio flexing into the city. There they lost one, and then off of that, they've just driven one by one into annihilation. Or there's been, at most, like one DMR shooting from in there. You'd have to imagine that they, if they wanted to, could push on it. The thing is, they still have their rich inside this next circle, so might as well sit tight. Don't go overzealous. Wait for the next shift to come through, and we'll see what happens then.
Soul and Salute pushing towards that same angle, but GHIBLI's just going to drive at Daytrade. This is mega aggressive. I don't know if this is going to go well. They're so beat up. One good grenade or a couple good shots. Poo-Chills and Belmoth and Flash all combined to send GHIBLI out.
Poo-Chills Tommy gunning. That is not something you see too often.
Why not? I mean, in this situation, it's not a bad gun to have, right?
It really isn't. It really is not.
Oh my god, Danawa is still alive. Okay, Salute's knocked again. This time it's Poo-Chills from afar. Perfectix watching. Soul finds the headshot, finds the elimination. Danawa not able to get into placement points.
But a lot of points racked up for a salvage game for this Danawa squad. Finding all of Gen.G and multiple others. Just short of placement points, though.
Tiggleton trying to get the smokes out, and it's actually Apocalypse and HOWL from far that lay in some serious damage. He's trying to set up a smoke wall to prevent ACEND from really getting pushed in. Grenades and other things continue to rain, but Soniqs not able to find the mark in terms of damage.
This is not good for Soniqs. They need to use all their smokes to hold back ACEND, but they also need the smokes to make their play on further in because they are outside the circle as well. ACEND, those 0 kills so far. They have had a really good position for the majority of this game, but haven't found anything as no real action is taking place in and around their spots. So we'll see what's going to happen now and then. Of course, once they had to leave, no shots been heard from inside here, maybe one. That's why 17 now finally aggressed towards hospital.
Lin Shu had clearly identified a shotgun in this compound a long time ago and went right for it as soon as he heard people coming in. Lil Ghost only takes a little bit of damage, able to duck into the safety of the corner room. Lin Shu trying to push up the stairs, finally able to find a shot. He needs to get out of there. He is on 0 health, but cannot. Hot on his heels with 17.
Twisted Minds is pushing in as well. They heard the commotion. Only 2 players left alive. Maybe hoped that Lin Shu was going to be able to do more damage with a shotgun, but had to make an aggressive play. Could not play outside any longer. And now this one might just become a stalemate for a little while.
We'll see. This is PNC 2019 vibes here with a fight inside of the hospital. Now it's very different regions battling, but looks at a similar scope. And oh, how in the world does Shao win that? How in the world does HOWL win that?
That was impressive. HOWL out victorious as Twisted Minds fall in 6th. And now this battle was bound to happen as well, but it's actually ACEND kind of fallen to Soniqs. I thought they would get the better hand of it, but just have not been in the position to really get anything going.
It's tough sometimes to push this dip, and Mika actually tried to wrap around. Kilyakai gonna go down to the blue. Mika's actually wrapped towards Schofield from HOWL. So this is giving the Soniqs breathing room, but again, anywhere north of that dip that they're in is wide open.
Yeah. Everyone waiting now for the next circle to pop. Of course, Soniqs cannot wait that long as they are currently outside the present circle. Have to make a play on forward. I think they saw Mika was alone now. Smokes, early smokes been deployed, but they're under 5 and pretty much half the server left remaining.
Yeah, these shots are good from Apocalypse. Shrimzy did get Mika. Tiggleton has been flushed on the backside. It's only a couple players left. The vehicle explosion is going to land on top of him. Oh my god.
What is it with cars just wrecking people today, even after they explode?
Dude, it's been one of those days. It's one of those days, dude.
Adds to the chaos. Apocalypse finds one, but because of, okay, I was going to say because of the speed, I might just be able to fall back behind that smoke, but Little Ghost takes him out. So Shrimzy might be able to get H-Win up here, but other than that, not a whole lot's going to happen for them. And to make matters worse, the circle just shifted away from them again.
Yeah, I mean, this is rough for Soniqs. That dip is great if the circle ends anywhere near it, but in this case, it was not in their favor. And then if you have to leave it, the compounds in this part of the map are so powerful. Grenades hitting Shrimzy, but no knock. Just a flush from Belmoth onto H-Win.
I do kind of like that no one really has the upper hand in this next shift. HOWL potentially could wrap out East. Daytrade, the issue for everyone else, or everyone, I say 17 and HOWL, is that Daytrade is still in. Like on the very edge, and you can see now Schofield actually doing the exact rotation I was going to talk about. Out on the east side, you can play the ridge line there, depending on how aggressive 17 dares to play on it.
I like what 17's doing here.
Yes.
They understand what the powerful position in this circle is, and they got to contest it. They got to vie for it if they're going to find themselves a chicken dinner in this game. Daytrade's compound is still technically in, but likely not for Phase 8.
Gotta isolate fights. You gotta, if you're HOWL, you gotta see how can we take a fight to one team without the other one engaging on us. Issue is, it doesn't really matter when Soju can just lob a nade over the ridge line, find two, and have Apocalypse sat back going, well, I guess I have to try and see if I can win this one on my own.
Well, and think about how much extra utility 17's able to scrape up in that hospital throughout the fight. Trimsy did go down to the blue. Lil Ghost watching the exits. Flash has already been knocked for Daytrade. And now Daytrade's Nurin's trying to get underneath their noses. Apocalypse still trying to be a part of this. Belmoth is a headshot on a HOWL. That could be the biggest headshot of his life. They're just going to crash this. It's just Nurin's left now as Belmoth gets taken down and Lil Ghost sniffs out Nurin's and takes him down.
Lil Ghost took out all of Daytrade. Where were you when you were the captain of my fantasy team? Just like that, Lil Ghost able to pop off your team too.
I'm asking you the same question.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back, Lil Ghost. This is how we play late game now. Apocalypse. You're currently sat down in 11th with no real reason to deny here. How many points are you going to get in a 1v4 against the very, very steaming hot 17 Gaming?
He's not going to go for it. He has a Groza.
He has a Groza.
This is like one of the few moments where I'm like, just please go for it. Okay.
Yeah, there was nothing to go.
That being said, it was a phenomenal game from 17 Gaming. 11 kills, really navigated that late game well.